Pink Chill Divest, your common sense source. I'm Dee Dee. Welcome to my channel. I'm here to talk about coping as an adult child abuse survivor. How to cope with that. This is a peer-to-peer talk. I'm a certified mental health peer specialist. Some of you know me from other art forms. I got certified by San Francisco State way back in 2013. All right, let's get into it. Clearly, Black American culture has some issues, and one of those issues is child abuse, and that's what we're talking about. How to cope with the fact that you were abused as a child. How to cope with that fact. I'm seeing so many Black women act out, dissing their mother, because in most of the families, I would say more like 80% of Black American families were led by the mom. Led by the mom. I'm a womanist. I self-define as a sexist womanist bohemian. That said, too many Black mothers have abused their children. And your father abandoning the family, that paternal abandonment is neglect, and neglect is abuse. So some of us have had the double whammy of being abused by our moms and our dads. And I believe a lot of Black Americans don't own up to the fact that they have been abused by their father's absence. That's child abuse. When you have a dad that doesn't care enough to be concerned with your schooling, a dad who doesn't care if you live or die, a dad who doesn't care if you are hungry, a dad that doesn't care if your clothes are clean, if the house is warm, if the house is cool in the summer. He just doesn't care about you. And guys, I'm a middle-aged woman. I'm here to tell you that daddy hole is serious. That daddy hole is deep, and I have walked the walk. At age 19, I began therapy because I knew how I was socialized in a matriarchy, which is a failed patriarchy. All these women running the show, women telling me what to do, and I am a bully survivor. I got bullied, oh my goodness. I got bullied. A relative was bullying me beyond the grave. I've been, oh my goodness, Black males have not really bullied me or physically assaulted me, but Black women have. And that's why I'm talking to you peer to peer, right? And that's how I got the scholarship to become a mental health peer specialist anyway, because of my personal experience in this field. How do you cope, though? How do you cope? You come to the realization, because so many of you ladies, especially my dear, sweet young ladies, you are mad. You are completely frothing. You're vulgar. You think it's cute. You're just sassing out. You're spazzing out. You're dissing your mom. And you need to keep that heat for your absentee dad. Putting that in there. Keep the heat for your absentee dad who ducked out and abused you with his neglect, less resources, less love. Keep the heat for absentee dad. Putting a pin in absentee dad. How to cope. You need some safe containers. First, you have to come to the realization, hey, I was abused. I was abused. You don't need anybody's permission to claim that. And you know what? I did a video where I said, don't use social media as your therapy. Say you were abused. You don't need to go on TikTok and make all these videos. My mom abused me. My daddy abused me. I don't believe in it. I'm walking the walk. I didn't do it. What I did was something called psychodrama. Psychodrama is using your pain and turning it into art. Now that's where you could write poetry, be like a poetry slam. You could be a beat poet. You could do rapping. In fact, I think there should be more young Black girls doing psychodramatic rap about being abandoned by their father or things like that. I think there needs to be more calling out on the tragedy that is Black America's 60-year mass fatherlessness epidemic, which leaves the girls open to all sorts of bad things. You ladies know what I'm talking about. I don't really have to get deep on that. So you can cope by having yourself your safe container, use psychodrama. You got to get it out. I would do things like I would beat a pillow with a belt. Yeah, I would beat a pillow with a belt. I do aromatherapy, taking lavender. I do hot baths or hot showers, and I am the queen of the pink color therapy. I'm the OG. I started the world's first pink color therapy experiment for Black women here in San Francisco in 2005. I took that to Facebook with Black Women with Other Brothers in 2012. I am the pink color therapy OG for Black women. Of course, I've got the receipts. That's the thing. Keep all photographs too anyway, people. But back to the point. Psychodrama, talk therapy. Get a good talk therapist. No excuse. I don't want to hear your excuses. When I went to Facebook in 2012 and was talking about therapy, I heard so many Black women, so many excuses why they couldn't get a therapist. I am intolerant to that right now. You don't have any excuses why you got pregnant. You don't have any excuses why you ate yourself into obesity, buying expensive weed, getting $80 nail sets. No excuses in the world for any of that. But when it comes to getting a therapist, you have an excuse. I don't accept that. So how to cope? Talk therapy, color therapy, aromatherapy, psychodrama. Those are just some of the things that you can use to heal. And what you also need to do is have empathy for yourself. Put yourself in your little girl's shoes. Go back to when you were a little girl and hug her. And also, you have to have empathy for your parent, your custodial parent who abused you. I had to go through that with my mother. When I was in my early 20s, I went through a couple years where I frankly hated her. Rest in peace, Mama. Rest in peace, Evangelist Helen. I love you. And then I forgave her. It's like one day I woke up and I'm like, she did the best she could. She gave whatever love she had available to us. She was a disciplinarian, could have raised us better, but she was there. She could have put us up for adoption. There were 7 of us kids in my family, and she didn't. So I forgave her. I had empathy for her, and I love her. I still love my mother. The love never goes away when people die. So you hear my voice. I love Black women. I'm a womanist. I have empathy for you and your healing journey. And I appreciate you listening. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Reach out if you need to work with me one-on-one. This is Pink Chill Divest. I'm Dee Dee. Thank you.